Today we will start with exercise 3.3, question number 1. First question is, use the bar graph 3.3, that is this graph, to answer the following questions. Now the first question is, which is the most popular pet? Now let us first study this graph and then we will answer the question. Now the first question, it is being asked which is the most popular pet, and in the graph it is given that pets owned by the students of class 7, and it is given number of students, that means 0, 2, 4, 6 are these are all are the number of students, and the pets which they have are dog, cat, rabbit, hamster and other pets. Now first question asked is which is the most popular pet. The most popular pet will be the pet which is owned by the maximum number of students. Now if I see that dog is owned by the 8 students, cat is owned by 10 students, rabbit is owned by 2 students, hamster is owned by 5 students, and other pets are owned by 3 students only. Now which is the most popular pet? It is the cat, since it is owned by the maximum number of students, that is 10 students. So solution of first A part will be cat, since it is owned by 10 students. Next part is how many children have dog as a pet. Now see, when we see the graph of dog, it comes still 8 students. This means that 8 students have dog as their pet. So the answer of B part will be dog. Next question is, read the bar graph 3.4 and answer the question that follows. Let us first study the graph. On the horizontal axis we are given the years, and on the vertical axis we are given the number of books, and the scale is 1 centimeter gives you 100 books. That means for 1 centimeter we have 100 books. Now in year 1989 we have almost 175 books. Then in 1990 we have almost 475 books. In year 1991 we have 300 or 275 books. In year 1992 we have 225 books, since it is above 200. Then in year 1993 if you see, we have less than 600 and but more than 500 books. Now in the first question it is being asked about how many years the books were sold in, about how many books were sold in 1989. In first part it is being asked in year 1989 how many books were sold. 1989 how many books were sold. So if you see in 1989 how many books do we have? If we draw a dotted line here, so it comes out to be almost 175, so we can say it is 175 books around. Then it is being asked in next year, that is 1990. So in 1990 if we see how many books are there, so if we draw a dotted line, it is almost in the middle of the 2 marks, so we can say that there are 450 books, or we can, since we don't have an mark line, so we can say they can be 450 to 475 books. Now in next it is being asked in 1992. In 1992 how many books we have? So if you see 1992, this is the 1992 year graph. So if you draw a line here, it is almost 300. So we can say approximately 275 to 300 books we can have. In 1992 it is being asked. So in 1992 if we see here, so it is, if we draw a dotted line from in year 1992, it comes out to be here. It is approximately 250. So we can say in year 1992 we have 225 books. Now the next question is, in which year were about 475 books sold, and in which year about 225 books sold? So if we come to second part, so second part is in which year 475 books were sold. So if you see approximately which year 475 books could be sold, so it is 1990, year 1990, in which 475 books were sold. So we can say in year 1990, 475 books were sold. Now the next question, in the next part, it is being asked that in which year 225 books were sold. So if you see 225 books were sold in year 1992, we have just now seen the calculation. So it is 1992 in which 225 books were sold. In third part, it is being asked in which year were the fewer than 250 books were sold. Just fewer than 250 books. That means it is around 250. So we can say that it was year 1992, since in this year only we have 225 books, which is approximately equals to 250, or we can say fewer than this year. So in third part, our answer will be year 1992. Fourth part, can you explain how you estimated the number of books sold in year 1989? Now 1989 is this one. Now how do we estimate it? What we have done, we have made four parts of this first division, that is 100 to 200. So we can say this 1, 2, 3 and 4. We have made the four parts here. So this will be 1, 2 and 3 lines. So there will be 4 equal parts. So if you see that we can say that this is 20, this represent 25, this is the first division, second division represent 25, then 25, then 25. So it will be 125, 150, 175. So it will be approximately equals to 175. This was 25, then again we added 25 to 50, then again we added 25, it will give you 75. Now the last question, that is third question, is the number of children in the 6 different classes are given below. Represent the given data on a bar graph. So we have to represent this given data on the bar graph and answer. Then we have to answer these questions also. In first question, how would you choose the scale? So we can choose a scale according to the graph paper available. If I see here, I have difference of 5 here in 90 and 95. So if I choose a scale of 5, it will be better to represent the graph. Or we can also choose a scale of 10. With that also we can draw the graph. So let us start drawing. We want till 135. So this is 10, then 20, then 30. This is a 10, 20, then 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. So let us mark the number 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, then 110, 120, 120, 130. Now first one is, in 5th class there are 135 students, so we need one more division, that is 100. Now first is 135, so it will be somewhere here, since it is 130 and 140, in between that we have 135. You can draw it with using the scale, so you will get the straight lines. This is 5th class. Next, in 6th class we have 120 student, so this is a mark of 120 student, so this will represent 120 student, and this will be 6th class. Now you should remember that the width of these graphs should be equal. My figure is not equal, but you should make them equal. Next is 95 in 7th class. So 7th class we have 95, we have 90 here, and it will be 95. So here it will be 95. So it will be 7th class. Next is 8th class. In 8th class we have 100 students. So it will be 100 here. This is our 8th class. Then in 9th class we have 90 students. So this will be representing 90. Here it will be 90. 9th class. Finally we have 10th class in which we have 80 students. This is our 80 student. This is 80. So this will be our 8th class. So this will be our 10th class. Now what we are representing here, we are representing student. So we will write students here. Number of children. Here we are representing number of children. And here we are representing class. Now in B part we have to answer some question. First part is which class has the maximum number of children and minimum. So if you see, the maximum number of students are 135 in 5th class. So our answer will be in. Next is what is the minimum number of students. So we can see in this also, this is 10th class, or if you see the graph, it is the 10th class which has minimum number of students. So our second part answer will be in 10th class. Next part is find the ratio of students of class 6 to student of class 8. We have to find the ratio of the student in class 6 to class 8. You see, in class 6 we have 120 students and in class 8 we have 100 students. So the answer of B part will be, or we can say the second part will be, that is 120 is to 100, or if you convert it into simplest form, 0 will get cancelled by 0 and it will comes out to be 2 6 and 2 5. So it will be 6 is to 5. The ratio of the students of class 6 to class 8 is 6 is to 5.